She was only 14. She had no army, no defense, no parents to protect her. And yet, when the axe was raised above her head, she didn't run. She didn't scream. She knelt and whispered, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." This is the true story of Saint Anna Wang, a teenage girl who chose death rather than deny her Savior. Her story is not fiction. It's not folklore. It's one of the most powerful testimonies of faith in modern church history. Born in Zhejiang, China in 1886, Anna Wang grew up in a time when Christianity was a quiet flame, flickering, fragile, and dangerous to profess. At just 4 years old, she lost her mother, a devastating loss that might harden most hearts. But Anna was different. Even as a child, she was drawn to the sacred. She loved to read, to pray, and to serve others. Her teachers and neighbors remembered her as pious and joyful, yet filled with a strength far beyond her age. At 11 years old, her family arranged a marriage, as was the custom in her village. But Anna said no, not out of rebellion, but out of consecration. She told her family, "I belong to Jesus. I have made a vow to remain pure." This wasn't the decision of a child. It was the resolve of a saint. At the turn of the 20th century, China was gripped by unrest. A violent nationalist movement known as the Boxers began sweeping across the countryside. Fueled by spiritualism, political rage, and xenophobia, the Boxers blamed all foreign influence, especially Christianity, for China's suffering. Churches were burned, priests were murdered, Christian converts were hunted like criminals. In 1900, the Chinese government officially banned Christianity, punishable by death. One by one, Catholic villages were stormed, looted, and erased. And in July of that year, the Boxers arrived in Anna's village. All known Christians were rounded up. Among them, Anna Wang, just 14 years old, and her stepmother. The captors shouted, "Renounce Christ or die!" Anna's stepmother, overcome by fear, quickly gave in. She begged Anna to do the same, pleading with her to choose life, to lie, to survive. But Anna stood still. "I am Catholic. I will never deny God. It is better for me to die." That night, the Christians were imprisoned. They sang hymns, they prayed the rosary, and Anna, a child among them, led them in prayer. The next morning, they were brought to the execution grounds. The Boxers began with the most horrifying carnage. 5 mothers and their children were murdered. A baby was cut in half and thrown onto his mother's body. The air was filled with terror. And yet, in the center, Anna knelt and began to pray aloud. A Boxer with an axe approached her. "Renounce your faith and you will live." She replied calmly, "I am Catholic. I will never deny God. It is better for me to die." Enraged, he cut into her shoulder. She did not cry. She did not curse. He then cut off her entire left arm. Anna lifted her right arm and said, "The door to heaven is open for all." Her final words were, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." And she extended her neck. The axe fell. Her soul ascended.
In the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 11, it says, "They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives even unto death." Saint Anna Wang lived this verse, word for word. She reminds us that the age of martyrdom is not over. We often think of martyrdom as something ancient, something from the Roman Empire or the early church. But Anna's death happened in 1900, not long ago. And today, right now, there are Christians in North Korea, Nigeria, Pakistan, and parts of India still facing the choice, deny Christ or die. But martyrdom isn't just about dying. It's about choosing Christ when the world says no. It's about courage, even when your voice shakes. It's about faith, even when the blade is drawn. In October 2000, Pope John Paul II canonized Saint Anna Wang among the 120 Chinese martyrs. She is now a saint in heaven, recognized by the Church as a model of purity, prayer, and perseverance. Her feast day is July 22. She is a patron for youth, for those facing persecution, and for those striving to stay pure in an impure world. Let us not forget her. Let us tell her story, because her courage is needed today more than ever. So what does her life mean for us? It means we must ask hard questions. Would we kneel beside her? Would we hold out our arm and whisper, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus"? Are we willing to live and, if need be, to die for the one who gave everything for us? In the West, persecution may not look like an axe, but it may look like ridicule. It may look like being silenced. It may look like losing a job, a friend, a reputation for speaking the truth in love. But remember the words of Jesus. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Saint Anna Wang was only 14. No armor, no status. Just a teenage girl who loved Jesus more than life itself. Her voice echoes through the centuries. I am Catholic. I will never deny God. It is better for me to die. May we live with that same courage. May we never deny our Savior, even in the little things. And may we, like Anna, keep our eyes fixed on heaven, even as the world closes in.